This is the Timeout with Nelson Sam. Today we're going to be going over topics like our way too early 2021 top 3 NBA picks. 2020 draft's over. Let's start off with that. Nelson, I have Cade Cunningham as my number 1 pick in the NBA draft. He's a 6'8" point guard, 220 pounds. I just love his play style. He's going to Oklahoma State. He's a great player in my eyes, and I think that he deserves to be picked at number 1. Nelson, who do you have?
I have Jalen Green. He is in the G League. He is 6'5". He's a shooting guard. I love his play style, and I think he should go over Cade Cunningham.
I just had, before this podcast, I had probably a 20-minute debate over who I think is going to go first. At number 2, I definitely do have Jalen Green out of the G League. Obviously played for Prolific Prep in his high school days. That was a crazy high school team. He's a 6'5" shooting guard, 180 pounds. He's explosive. Like, I believe that the unicorn deserves to go number 2. Who do you have at number 2?
Exactly what I love. At number 2, we kind of did a flip-flop here. I have Cade Cunningham at number 2. You said he's 6'8". He's a point guard. He's 19 years old. And he's just a very good player coming out of Oklahoma State. But I think he's only number 2.
Number 3 to wrap up to be halfway through, because we're going to go to 5. Excuse me if I said 3 earlier. Number 3, I have a player that I don't know if many people have at number 3. I have Brandon Boston out of Kentucky. Shooting guard, or he's a wing. He's 6'7", 185. He reminds me of a more Klay Thompson. A skinny framed Klay Thompson. But anyways, Nelson, who do you have at number 3?
Like you said, lots of people would not think this guy would go at number 3. I have Zaire Williams out of Stanford. He's a small shooting guard or small forward. He's 6'8", and he's like awesome. If you ever watched him play, you should go look up his highlights right after you're done listening to this podcast. He can throw some ball. He can throw it down. He's just great and amazing. He's just great and really fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. At number 4, I have Evan Mobley. I like Evan Mobley. He's going to be coming out of USC. 7-foot center, 210 pounds. He kind of reminds me of Onyeka Okongwu from this year. Definitely. And he's definitely the best center in the 2021 class. Nelson, who do you have at number 4?
I also have Evan Mobley. Just a little stats for you. He averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 assists. And he was co-MVP of the Southeastern League. And like you said, I believe he was the Gatorade Player of the Year. I'm not sure. But he's one of the best centers. He is the best center in the 2021 class.
Definitely. And at number 5, I have definitely not a big name, but a big name to me. I have Zaire Williams. He's a small forward, power forward, 6'8", 185 out of Stanford. For his athleticism, he reminds me of a Giannis. That's what I like about him. He reminds me of a Giannis. But anyways, Nelson, to wrap off your top 5, who do you have?
For my top 5, I had Jane Johnson from Duke University. And it's weird. You're going to see a Duke player go number 5 instead of number 1 overall. It's kind of weird. But 6'9", small forward or power forward. He's one of those I believe he will be a one and done guy. And yeah, he's just a great player. He can dish it out. He has really good defense. Plus he can shoot. So
yeah, anyways,
all
we're
I
going to
have to
move on to the NFL and talk about the best NFL players to never win a Super Bowl. Let's start off with, in my opinion, the best to never win a Super Bowl. I have Barry Sanders here. Barry Sanders, definitely one of the best, for sure. Possibly the best running back, in my opinion. Best running back, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's truly the GOAT of running backs, but he's not the GOAT of the people that have not won the Super Bowl. The GOAT of the people that have not won the Super Bowl is Dan Marino.
Really?
Like, there's no doubt. Yeah.
Interesting.
Dan Marino is, in my opinion, I think he's better than whatever his name is, Barry Sanders.
Let's talk about LaDainian Tomlinson. Who do you like more, LaDainian Tomlinson or O.J. Simpson?
At number 2?
No, just in general, as a player to never win a Super Bowl.
I'm gonna go O.J. Simpson.
I'm going to agree with you. Definitely going to agree. But let's talk about wide receivers real quick. Would you take T.O. or Megatron?
I gotta say I'd take T.O.
I would take Megatron. Would you take Tim Brown or Andre Reed?
Tim Brown or Andre Reed? I'm saying Tim Brown.
I am saying Andre Reed. Okay, to wrap off the wide receivers, would you take Chris Carter or Larry Fitzgerald?
Larry Fitz. Larry
take Chris
Fitzgerald
Carter.
all the way, no question.
You have to take Chris Carter.
No, you don't. If you throw it to Larry Fitzgerald and it's on 3rd and 10, there's no way he drops it. I mean, if you put that ball in a 6-foot radius of that dude, he will catch the ball.
Best defensive player to never win a championship. Who you got?
I got Dick Butkus for the Bears.
Got either J.J. Watt or Kevin Green.
All right, but let's get back to our list on the best players to never win a Super Bowl. At number 2, I got Barry Sanders. Who do you got at Barry or 2?
2, I've got Dan Marino.
So I did flip-flop there. Well, let's go to number 3 then. I have Dick Butkus, who I mentioned, who I think is the best defensive player not to win a Super Bowl.
I've got J.J.
He's the
Watt.
3rd best player not to win a Super Bowl. All right. Next, I got Eric Dickerson. Who do you got?
Probably Brian Urlacher.
All right, but listen to this. The single-season rushing leader, he has the most rushing yards in one season. he needs the Offensive Player of the Year twice and 5-time All-Pro. What is whoever you said?
I said Brian
And he led the league in rushing.
How about we go to next? I got Kevin Green.
For next, I have Antonio Gates.
Definitely, I think we're going to stop it there for today. Thank you for taking a time out of your day to listen to the Timeout. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow on the Timeout.